I'm alone for our weekly Ask Us Anything. My sweetheart, Paul, he is not available today, so I'm flying solo with Ask Us Anything. And in fact, we actually had a talk about this earlier in the week where he was saying like, well, maybe you should consider or prepare for the eventuality that I might not be able to join you. And well, it just turns out that this is one of those days. So there you go. I guess you must have sensed that something was about to happen. Now, of course, because I am trying to multitask and sort of figure out how to get all of this stuff going, you know, you're probably, I think I've mentioned to you previously that I've been doing this through a program called Restream. And actually, I have to say, I really like the quality, the video quality of Restream. So I think that's already something to say for it. It seems to process a higher quality video than Facebook does. So that's one plus for going with that. So welcome. Actually, I did have a question from one of my folks that is in one of the programs that I work with. So I have a small team of folks that I work with, and whenever they have issues with the program that we're on, they can ask me questions. Oh, hello, somebody sent me a like. So whenever there are questions that he has, he can just send me an email or ask me, and I do my bestest to, hi, Kalima from Uganda. So basically, actually, the subscriber that I'm telling you about, he's also out of Kenya. So he's from your continent. And he asked me earlier this week a question about the relationship between Now Lifestyle and SendShark.com. And one of the programs that I work with, it actually integrates with SendShark.com. So basically you can build, and I'll just give you a quick review, you can build your list and then it connects with SendShark, and then SendShark automatically sends out a follow-up sequence of emails to your new subscribers, your new lead opt-ins. And then with SendShark, like it just integrates really well. And you can also obviously earn, there's an affiliate program associated with the SendShark email marketing service. And you can earn as well some affiliate income whenever you sign up a new subscriber through that. So, and all of those sort of links are connected with each other. So that's basically what SendShark is. And it's possible that he signed up for SendShark through the through this affiliate program that we're, list building program that we're on together. And he's part of my team for that. So he wanted to know what was the relationship between SendShark.com and Now Lifestyle. And SendShark.com is owned by Now Lifestyle. And I think the website's nowlifestyle.com. And this is a business that's owned by a fellow named Joel Therian. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. And basically, I think that's an affiliate program for men's health and fitness products, as well as trainings. So men's fitness training as well. And I think he has courses, some digital products, and he also, I think, has servers in his Now Lifestyle business that probably run his business. I think it's mainly an affiliate marketing run business, but they also obviously sell real life products as well, including health supplements, things like that. And they actually have this email marketing platform. And that is SendShark, and SendShark and Now Lifestyle support each other, but you could use SendShark, the email marketing platform, separately from Now Lifestyle. if that's something that you want to do. Yeah, so that's my answer to that question. Hopefully it's super helpful. I have actually used the SendShark email marketing platform. And while I do think it's a very easy to use program and it's very good for somebody who's just starting and has never, ever, ever had experience with email marketing and sending out, let's say, broadcast emails, and that was a weird technical difficulty. My whole computer with like all my 95 tabs just crashed. So I think I'm going to keep today's call. Today's Ask Me Anything short. So welcome. I think there is one person who's tuned in to Ask Me Anything. It's a show that I host every Saturday, usually with Paul. That's my husband. And it's 3 p.m., blah, blah, on Saturdays, or that's 9 a.m. your time. Yeah, so, okay, I am, let's see, trying to get this stream back and going, and hopefully everything's working out okay. Okay, oh, looks like Paul is saying hello, so he's just popped in to say hello. Hello, it's nice to see you. And, okay. Well, of course, I have technical difficulties on my first day. So those are things. Welcome to entrepreneurial life. So it's It's all part of the hustle, I guess. Okay, so I hope I answered my question. For my subscriber, Richard, if you're out there, oh, hi, I can see you too. If you're out there, Richard, I just answered your question on my previous, and I think I might have completed that before, but you wanted to know the relationship between Now Lifestyle and SendShark. And yes, I am live, and it's an Ask Me Anything, and I just answered a question about the relationship between Now Lifestyle and SendShark. And basically, SendShark is one of the digital products, one of the several digital products that Now Lifestyle carries. Most of the other Now Lifestyle products are, let's say, the men's health and fitness area, and include anything from like real life health supplements type of products all the way to fitness training courses, things like that. And I think he also has some digital marketing products and courses on how to make money online. So that's sort of where the Now Lifestyle factor comes into play. Obviously, given that I am not actually a customer of Men's Health products, I'm not part of the Now Lifestyle brand. I have been signed up to SendShark, and I have used their platform. And I would say it's a great platform to get started if you have absolutely zero email marketing experience. Personally, though, I think, and this is my opinion, I think once you start growing your list to a certain size, and once you have a certain amount of experience with sending out broadcasts to larger audiences, you will quickly want to move away from SendShark, because they have some limited capabilities in terms of like how you can see who's interacting with your content, to what extent they're interacting with your content. And certainly they limit the number of sent emails that you can already look at and sort of track and see like how those performed. I'm a beginner. Can you help me with where to begin? Yes, at the beginning. No, so where you would begin, I would say you begin where you are in the area where you're turned on. For example, this fellow Joel Therian, he, I think he looks like he's very buff, and he goes to the gym a lot, and he's very focused on fitness. And so I think that's where he began. It looks like it was in the men's health area and in the physical fitness area, and that makes sense. And so I would say definitely think about your niche, definitely think about your area of expertise, and leverage off of that. So I'm a writer, I'm a freelance writer, and I do corporate writing, and I have been writing emails for lots of other people as well. So for me, in terms of getting started in affiliate marketing, it was like a no-brainer for me to really start to like hone in on email marketing and understanding email marketing, as well as just getting consistent. And actually today, while I'm waiting for folks to dial in, and feel free to ask me anything. So in terms of where you want to begin, Paul, Luna, like what is your area of passion? You've been on this program as my husband, so I know that one of the things that you've always been beguiled by is television, video. I think that's always been kind of exciting to you. And obviously you also are very strong in the kitchen. So I definitely think that there's some kind of element where you can leverage off of your strengths and your knowledge in cuisine and in the food and beverage business. And that you can also combine that with video and use that to leverage branding you. Oh, and that's also another good area, is that like as you get involved with your online business, you should always think about like yourself. And it is a process of getting to know yourself very intimately. It is not an easy journey. It is not an easy journey, but you will have to sort of be open to exploring the things that are new, seeing when you get uncomfortable, considering that it might be an area where you can kind of push through and grow, and that it might actually be your area of strength. Like, I'm not that comfortable on camera as a writer. I'm used to not having my, not being spontaneous with my words. And so, yeah. So being on camera is not something that's like comes easily for me, whereas like that's something that comes easily for Paul. So I would definitely say you should start where you're strong so that you can really sort of use the momentum that you build with your strength to take you into the unknown. And there will be a lot of unknowns there. The other thing I would suggest to you is to focus on building a list. Everybody's going to say this to you. Everybody's going to ask you, do you have a list? And if you're really just beginning, your answer is going to be no. And I think the goal is generally like try to build yourself up to about 1,000 subscribers. That should be sort of your first, let's say, target or milestone. And that's where you can really start to assess your statistics, your email marketing open rates. So actually this segues really nicely into the topic that I prepared for you, just in case you might not sign in and catch me live. And today I wanted to ask about how to improve, well, the question is, how do I improve my email open rates? So I think this is one thing that like everybody struggles with. I struggled with it as well. And I will tell you the one thing that I realized created like a consistent open rate in the double digits. So for a long time, I was in the single digits and I was all over the single digits. So sometimes my open rate was 1%, sometimes it was up to 9%. And occasionally I would like freak out if it was like 11%. But the main reason why I think I really wasn't breaking through the double digits is because I was not consistent with my emails. So I was writing maybe like once a day for a week. And then the following week, I would maybe write like 2 emails. And then the week after that, you know, I would slack off and do another 2 emails on 2 other completely random days. And that is not really good practice. And I actually was talking to a coach and, you know, I was saying like, you know, I just have like such a crazy work schedule that like sometimes I'm just super busy with my freelance writing. And I just don't have time to write an email that day. And then other time, or for a few days. And then other times, like between gigs, I'll have the time. And so I can write an email daily. And then he was like, well, why are you writing an email daily? You know, just pick a day. If it's, you know, pick a day, or if it's 3 days a week, then it's 3 days a week and you just pick those 3 days. And that way just stay, whatever you do, just be consistent with it. Anyway, so I think he told me that around maybe the beginning of October, or maybe it was the end of September. And since around that time, I finally said, okay, you know what? Every day is too much when I have a contract. So I'm going to go with every other day. And that way I can always be maybe, let's say, a day and a half ahead or 2 days ahead. But that way I can kind of like manage my time better, but still be consistent and still write, let's say, semi-live. And I started to see like, it was a very like gradual uptick in email opens, but that gradual uptick kind of spiked a little in December, and I'm guessing it's because a lot of people were home and maybe checking, you know, their emails more frequently because they weren't at the job and, you know, working, I don't know, on the factory floor or whatever. And it's gotten to the point where now I'm pretty much consistently generating like high double figures. No, I shouldn't say high double figures, but definitely I'm in the 20% range, and it's relatively consistent. Like now I'm low is something like 18 or 19%. And that's basically what all of January has looked like for me, which is fantastic, because obviously once you get into the higher open rates, you're also getting a higher click rate. So the question is, how do I improve my email open rate? And my first answer to you is get consistent. Hands down, just get consistent. Find a schedule that you can handle and stay with that. I do know very successful people who are making money online and running an online coaching business, who literally write one email once a week. They do tend to write longer emails, but they deliver them on the weekend. And I'm one of their subscribers. They have a small group of, let's say, people who are their sort of inner circle. And we all basically look out for their emails. Like we know that it's going to come in on Saturday morning, and basically I can look at it on Saturday or Sunday anytime. And then we sometimes may or may not interact via Slack together. So their emails tend to be a little bit longer, but totally worth it, all value. So that would be my first piece of advice. I'm just checking to see, because I thought I saw that there was a comment, but now I'm not sure. Very confusing today. I'm very confused. Don't mind me. Okay, so my other point was, so the first one is definitely make sure that you get consistent. The second point is actually about timing. And once you start seeing your open rates improve, I would say you could start experimenting a little bit with what time of day you send your emails. So for, I would say between October and December, I pretty much consistently sent the email like maybe right around 11 a.m., maybe like quarter to 11 Eastern Standard Time. And those numbers did pretty well. In January, I changed and I bumped up my email to arrive at 1:45 or 2 o'clock. So I'm kind of playing with both of those numbers in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. So it's possible that also that the delivery time has also contributed to the open rate. Paul has a question. Is there anyone worth listening to on online business for beginners? There are a lot of people. I'm one of them. No, there are a lot of folks that are worth listening to, and I'm happy to direct message you a list of people that I have actually worked with that I think provide a lot of quality advice. And I'm sure, actually, it's a good question to ask in the group. So I'm going to ask that question to the group and see what they say. And I'm kind of curious to see the diversity of answers on that. So that's a good question. So where was I? I think I had timing consistency. So yeah, time of day helps. Somebody told me not too long ago to try late night, something like 9 p.m. or 8:45 weekdays, Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, I would be curious to know how that works for those of you who do send out your emails late. Another thing that's really, really helped. This is something that I do as a general practice and haven't changed. And it was something that I was doing even before when I had lower open rates, and that I continue to do now that I have the higher open rates. And I'm still actually sort of pushing to drive my open rates even higher My next goal is really to like hover around the 30% range. And I think I could even go for like a 40% range. I know that's kind of aggressive, but sorry. Anyway, so I think the one thing that I would strongly recommend is write as if you're writing to one person. I write to an avatar that looks a lot like me. And so I really am writing to a girlfriend that, you know, is like me. I do think actually about like a couple of my girlfriends and the things that sort of we're going through. Some of them have children. And so I'm aware of like their concerns, even though I don't have children. But some of them are interested in, let's say, making money online. Some of them are more interested in having extra time or quality time with their children. So those are the kinds of things that I think about when I talk about certain concerns. This week, I happened to write an email that got a very good open rate, and that leads me to my next point to help you improve your open rates, and that is headlines. Create a headline that has some kind of like curiosity inducing effect, but it really can't be sort of like the kind of headline that you see everywhere. And headlines are tricky. I actually don't know what my headline is until I'm almost done with my email. And I've kind of processed all of the emotions that go into the email. And so this week I had written an email which became a Facebook post. You can see it if you want to. And the title of that was, the first word was failed. And then I think I wrote something like, I haven't felt this way since junior high. And, you know, the story is really about like the fact that I just took a small exam this week. And I bombed on it, and I really hadn't felt this way since junior high. And I could see myself like, I was very troubled by it because I'm kind of an overachieving kind of person. And I could see myself talking to my girlfriends over drinks and laughing over, you know, feeling like a junior high, you know, loser. So that was kind of fun for me to write. But I think that's the thing. Like, try to go for words that induce curiosity. Definitely touch on words that can trigger an emotion. And I think nobody wants to feel like a failure. And everybody's really curious when somebody, you know, when you say, look, there's an accident, you know, like, oh, dead squirrel on the road. Like, you want to look, even though like a dead squirrel, really. So those are the kinds of things that they mean by curiosity inducing. Yeah, so I think those would be like my big pointers. It's about consistency, it's about timing, focus on your headlines. Oh, and write as if you're writing to a friend. So, and make that person one person. That friend, like, that's who I write to. We also say write to your avatar. So you might have like a very sort of like clear idea of who that person is or persona is that's in your list or that you're focusing on. So you might know, like, you might have some pictures or images around that person. I do, because my friend has those qualities. She has one child. She actually has kind of like an adopted family with stepkids. So she has sort of a busy household of all age ranges. She has her own business. Gosh, there's all sorts of, so she's a CEO, but sometimes she just feels like a lonely solopreneur. So those are the kinds of things that I know that she grapples with. She's definitely interested in passive income streams and diversifying her income streams beyond her, you know, sort of freelance business or coaching business, or, you know, like the job that she has and reports to in a day. And so, like, she and I were very good friends because we already have those commonalities in our lives. And so that's who I think of when I write my emails. Yeah, so you would know who your avatar is. I have found, at least over the course of doing several businesses, that my avatar tends to look a lot like me in terms of like the psychographics and the demographics. Usually they're female, usually they're my age, usually they're, freelancers or solopreneurs or, like always learning something new. So there are certain like characteristics. I mean, likes to eat out. There are certain characteristics that you might know about your reader. I do have obviously male readers, and they tend to also be a little bit on the older side. They do tend to be family men. And a lot of them seem to be, even though they're exploring online business, they also seem to hold full-time jobs. And those full-time jobs range from, running, like maybe running a small insurance sales branch to carpentry and contracting, I think is what it's called in the States. So there's also, like, I guess, an entrepreneurial bent there too. So some of the stories that I write, I think, resonate with them just because, I guess that's what people do when they reach my age. They think about those silly moments when they're in junior high and they're not shining as brightly as they had thought that they would when they reached our age. So those would be like my quick tips. So I'm going to do a quick rundown of some of those things, which is headline, consistency. Oh, let's do it in order. Consistency, timing, write to one person, curiosity-inducing headline that has sort of like an emotional bent. So I would say focus on those 4 things to start. And maybe next time, if I do end up doing a solo Ask Me Anything, I can share with you some other tips that I've also been using, but I would start with these 4. So I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We've got quite a bit of snow and rain here, so hopefully the sun will get a chance to shine, maybe if only for half an hour. Hopefully you've got a bit more sunshine where you are. Enjoy your cup of coffee, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll check with you next week at Ask Us Anything, I hope, at 3 p.m. Central European Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ciao for now.